Zoetis' focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion has really impacted me personally because it's made me feel like I belong.
It's been a tiptoe subject that hasn't been on the forefront, and nowadays it is on the forefront.
It creates and fosters open and learning environment.
Different opinions and different backgrounds is what makes us stronger.
When it comes to DE&I just in general, I think all it takes is just one small step to make a huge difference. The DE&I platform within Zoetis is a really safe space for our colleagues to kind of support one another, and that makes the biggest difference.
So from the moment I learned that Zoetis was really going to drive forward with their DE&I journey and establishing colleague resource groups, I knew I wanted to be involved. And so from the very start, I've been involved with our PAW CRG, which PAW stands for Proud and Welcome. It's no longer somewhere where people would just show up, do their job and go home. It feels like we've developed a community for our LGBTQ+ colleagues and allies. But as somebody who's gay, it's made me understand that I shouldn't feel uncertain about who I am and that I can bring my authentic self to work every day.
What does this mean for Zoetis? What are we trying to do? Are we just following the trend? I've talked with my executive member, and she let me know straight up that, no, this is something we've talked about before, all the protesting that we had last year. Some of the changes that I've seen in colleague resource groups. I joined a CRG, Zoetis Early Career Champions, ZECC. ZECC is putting colleagues together and educating them on the different aspects of, work, culture, nationalities, and different things.
Hearing the stories of people from the CRG that I work with, again, the Differently Abled Neurodiversity Alliance, it's really humbling hearing some of the challenges they face, and not only the colleagues directly, but also people in the group who are carers or parents.
You can be a part of these colleague resource groups even though you don't identify with it. And I think that's where the huge opportunity lies, is in the form of allyship. And so the fact that I'm participating in all these colleague resource groups, it helps me grow as a person. It helps me gain perspective, it helps me gain more empathy, and that's ultimately what my goal is.
Japan is behind in gender gap index, ranked 120 out of 156 countries. In terms of representation of women, I think there is a room to grow. Programs, trainings that Zoetis offer is very good. So I feel more connected with other people. I seek other opinions, different ideas. That's how we create the culture in Zoetis.
I come from a background, a cultural background and family background where it's patriarchal in nature. I have continued to use my voice, my capabilities to break those glass ceilings. One of the great programs and initiatives that we've launched is the Women's Networking Group, with women leaders coming and talking about their journeys, their leadership journey, their life journey. And that has really inspired a lot of women.
When I was in my early career stages, I always was looking for a mentor, somebody that could guide me in what does it mean for him or her to be at a certain level, at a certain position, and having to deal with different issues that I have felt since I came over here. I think people can take advantage of some of the senior leaders that represent these CRGs, and we can tell them our experience.
Studies have shown that ageism can be so socially condoned in companies that they don't even see it as a real bias. And that's why I decided to get involved in the CRG Alive 50+.
The statistic that's worth knowing is that 15% of the population, the largest minority group, are the disabled group, and that includes both visible disabilities and also hidden disabilities, and that's the camp that I sit in, having been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. You may think, I don't identify with any of these groups. It doesn't matter. Get involved, be part of that solution.
Just knowing that the company is focused on our journey through diversity, equity, and inclusion has just given me that confidence and that reassurance that I needed to be my full self.